the only thing that has ever filled that void is being helpful and being there for other people and not being inside myself all the time. And the more I leaned into that, the more I wanted that, the more peace I had around my life.
Everybody should be feeding from your overflow because you've been fed too, and like the way that I get fed is like what I read, what I see, what I consume, right? And like what I can do for others too. That fills me up, and then I have overflow that fills other people up, And so that's cool.
First and foremost, I need to believe in what I'm doing. I need to believe in Dobros. I need to believe in Street Pies. I need to believe in Daniel, and who Daniel's becoming and stuff like that. And not listen to all yeah, have people around me that are going to actually be able to have like hard conversations with me, because sometimes difficult conversations breed the best results, but you want to choose those people wisely, right? Because I can sit there and have a very difficult conversation with Mike, but it's to get my mind frame right. It's to be like, hey man, I'm thinking like this, and I trust him enough, and of course, like whatever. But at the same time, it's like I have to be in belief of my vision before anybody else. Because how can I expect you to believe my vision if I don't?
Yeah, so what I wanted to, so thanks for doing this, bro. I
Yeah,
really
for sure, for
appreciate
sure.
it.
Are we rolling right now?
Yeah,
Oh,
we've
bet,
been
bet.
rolling. Yeah, we've been rolling.
Already. Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
But yeah, no, I appreciate you doing this with me. So like a lot of people, and like the reason why I wanted to do this with you guys is because a lot of people, they want to turn their passion into a business as well, And so like that's kind of what I wanted to dig into, is like what, like, so I guess, yeah, I like you guys have I guess your guys' motto is like purpose. What is your guys'?
Okay, so you're talking about Dobros, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dobros.
so Dobros is a nonprofit entity
Right.
that we focus on how we can impact and help other nonprofits or other entities
Okay.
grow in their success, or help them like make moves, or like per se like just raise funds for a certain project or a certain thing that they want to do, or to help a certain amount of people, whatever.
Yeah.
Dobros is just geared to like showing up for people and just helping out in their needs,
Right.
you know.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I mean, like basically, it's centered around like, so we all love pizza and
Uh.
we all mess with pizza in some type of way. I'm
Yeah.
more of the chef and the person that works pizza daily,
Yeah.
but so I take care of operations. But I met Mike at my old pizza shop in Arcadia, and we got to talking one day, and then like one conversation led to another, and we just sparked this idea, because I wanted to make a huge impact in people's lives.
Right.
And part of my recovery and sobriety is focused around that. Because, dude, to be honest with you, that's the only thing that saves my ass every time.
Right.
Right? When I start getting selfish, or I start feeding into my needs too much, I need to focus on someone else, and I need to see how I can show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how we started Dope Bros, man. And it just gives us the ability to show up in a larger capacity and really make an impact. Because like helping this person here and this person there, that's cool. Like
Yeah.
all day, every day, right? But to like really gear something up to like make this huge impact and get all these people together, man, and
Yeah.
like the ripple effect, dude.
Yeah,
You know?
we
So-
have and everybody has the ability now, especially with social media, like to impact a large group of people. So like, I like what you guys are doing. So you guys felt convicted to do it. Would you say?
when I
Like
got
you
so-
felt convicted
when,
to
when,
like.
when I got sober this time,
Yeah.
I tried every other way. I tried my way a lot, right?
Yeah.
And when I lean more into God and understanding my faith, like a lot of it's faith centered, man. It's to me, to construe a concept of God is to each his own, right? But I really had to learn and lean into my faith and understand what it is that I'm trying to fill. I'm trying to fill this void of existence of like I was doing materialistic things,
Yeah.
and those are just all temporary fixes, whether it's drugs, alcohol, or women, or different things every day, But the only thing that has ever filled that void is being helpful and being there for other people and not being inside myself all the time. And the more I leaned into that, the more I wanted that, the more peace I had around my life, the more I never. I was talking to my manager this morning, Chino, and I was like I want more peace. That's what I'm addicted to now. I want to get that more and gain more understanding of that and lean more into God and into my own understanding and I'm freed of a lot of things that way, you know? And then it gives me the ability of abundance to like do all that I do. Like I don't even bat an eye at my schedule every week because, you know, I worked almost 15 hours last night, had 3 hours of sleep, and now I'm here doing this.
Yeah.
Because it's purpose driven.
Right. Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And
yeah.
that's the thing. That's what gives so much life to me now. So that's why I dive into every day.
And so, would you say that like that is the reason why people should like do what they're convicted to do?
Oh,
You
for
know?
sure.
Yeah, because it's like just like you said, I never run out of energy if I'm like if I feel like I'm convicted to do something because God gives me that power. You know,
God gave me the responsibility.
Yeah.
And it's my job to. I was telling Chino this morning, it's my job to do my best to make the greatest impact that I can in a positive way while I'm here on earth. Period. That's what I think my job should be every day.
Right.
Where can I be helpful? Where can I elevate somebody? You know, like that's all my mind's geared towards. It's I can't fathom a different way of life anymore.
Yeah.
It's so weird, like when you have that psychic change, when you like going through step work and all that stuff like that, man, did a number on me for the better though, because it like when you normalize yourself through all your actions through like the first part of your life, you know, you I really do think that you rewire your brain to a certain point to where you think so normalized by like the actions or the justifications or like whatever.
Yeah.
And then when you do work on yourself and you really go deep into your inner core and your beliefs and
Yeah.
you start changing your ways, dude, it's like I couldn't even tell you. Like it's just now I'm just geared in a different way.
Right. Right.
And it's so purpose driven and I wouldn't change it for anything. I want it, man.
Yeah.
I love the way I think now.
Yeah, yeah. It's amazing, bro.
Oh,
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
amazing. Yeah, like I don't know, like there's times cuz I come into contact with people that, you know, are still we come into contact with people that are still like thinking how we used to think, you know, and like sometimes I would sit across the table from these people and I would ask myself while I'm interacting with them, like, how does this person even think like this, right? How is this person like thinking like a victim or that the world is against you? And like, I'm like, dude, I used to think like that though, you know, like I used to be that person, but it just seemed so far away from what I know now, you know, and it's a trip, you know.
Well, I think those moments are shown to us to really appreciate how far God's taken us, you know, and that's where I become super grateful. I do my best to stay in gratitude every day, man, because if I don't, man, I'm in trouble,
Yeah.
bro. But those are also moments I feel like, you know, all of the interaction I go through every day, all the people I meet, all the things that I see, I do believe that they're geared more towards like my approach in situations.
Yeah.
And I mean that in the sense of like how can I speak life into someone? How can I bring someone up and let them see through not only my own actions, but also let them know that there's someone out there that actually believes in them. Because
Right, yeah.
half the time, people are torn down so much. If you think about your adolescence and kids trying to be like, hey, I'm better than you. I'm a better skateboarder than you, or I'm better at
Yeah.
art than you, or everything's a competition, right? And I think that people just need to find what they're good at and their talent and hone in on that and appreciate that, because when I started like I always tell people like I'm not worried about what every other pizza place is doing. I'm worried
Yeah.
about what I'm doing.
Right,
I'm
right.
worried about my product. I'm worried about how I'm educating myself and gaining knowledge on how my product can become better,
Right.
right? Or is it already good enough? Can I be satisfied with that? Can I be grateful for what I already got? There's a lot of things in the equation, man. But yeah, definitely, man. It shows me how far I've come, man, and it's dope, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dope. I love what you guys are doing, man, especially since it's like it's purpose based, and so like what do you think happens to like a brand or a business that doesn't like stand for anything?
I mean, I think people can also have success in like any other way they approach things. Like obviously, that's like there's proof,
Yeah.
but I think that like it might have a dead end at some point. Uh, like part of like the dough emblem on our logo
Yeah.
is abundance, man. It's like the infinity,
Right, yeah.
but
I
it's
noticed
a
that.
pizza dough,
Right.
and we did it like Mike did it like that because it's like it's true, man. It's like when you're geared, like people al- people are always gonna need help with something, bro. That's always gonna be a need, right? So for us to be successful in that, there's always gonna be some where we can be of service. So like like even in business, like me, I love having Mike as a business partner because we're both fixated to on the business side of things,
Yeah, yeah.
right? We want to be able to give people the ability to actually have a fruitful life. Like, why do we need to have all? I believe that if I have something that generates a bunch of money, I should be able to break bread with all the people that are helping me generate all that money.
Right.
Right. So like just in itself too to have like like per se employee based company and stuff like that, which we want to have one day. We gear towards that purpose as well because we want to be not only successful, but we also feel that it's owed to people too, man.
Yeah.
In this life, bro, to have what we have too, man. And because I want someone to like wake up and feel the abundance that I feel every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
give them like if they feel like they don't have any purpose in their life, give them that purpose, man. If they want it, you know what I mean? But it's just I think that I don't feel stress from what we do. If that's what you're kind of asking, like it success can be rated in different forms, but I mean, I think that a business can also thrive off, just doing the normal stuff,
Yeah.
but I really do feel like I mean that's just not my forte.
Right,
You
right.
know,
Yeah.
I want to. I add purpose into anything that I do these days.
That's good.
It's
Yeah.
just that's just the way my mind's geared. I can't fathom any other way, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
no, that
You
makes
know,
sense. That makes 100% sense. So what's like what is the story like? Can you kind of break down like how everything happened
like what do you
with
mean?
Dobros?
Oh, with Dobros?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean like I was
So
working.
you and Mike used to work together,
Well, no,
or
no, we
you guys?
never worked together.
Okay.
I was just running a pizzeria down in Arcadia,
Oh, okay.
in Phoenix, and I saw him come in with his family. They used to drive from Anthem every day, or not every day, but every time they came into the store and to eat. And like I get to know my regulars, man. Like that's just how I am, man. Like I feel like they're coming to my house to eat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm gonna meet people, and especially the ones that come like once a week, once a month, and stuff like that. And we just briefly talked here and there. And then my boss at the time was like, "Hey man, you should like this dude like makes pizzas out of his uni at the house, and he goes and finds homeless people and gives it to them." I was
Yeah.
like, "Dude, that's dope. That's cool. Like
Yeah. About Mike. About
Mike,
Mike.
yeah."
Okay. Yeah.
And so I went out there and talked to him one day, and it was around like COVID time,
Uh-huh.
and you know, I was just like, dude, I hear you're doing this, and then like I got a YouTube channel, like I'm just trying to start something where I feed a bunch of people or we do fundraisers or like whatever, but I want to make an impact. You know what I mean? And I remember one of my old bosses back in Texas. He told me he's like, Daniel, you're gonna realize that you want solid partnerships in your life. You can't do everything by yourself. You know what I mean? And like, of course, like with trust issues that I had back in the day, I of course like look at things sometimes and I'm like, how can I do this all by myself? So I don't have to let anybody in or whatever. So
Yeah.
it was a real God moment with me and Mike because, you know, I let him in to like my recipes. Let him into like just my product and stuff like that. But it kind of just started, man, with conversations, and then like one thing led to the other, and I'm like, hey, man, like, do you want to make this official, bro? Like, if we want to make an impact, we're gonna have to have a nonprofit.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to have a business model. We're gonna have to, we're gonna have to put some work in. So, like, are you ready to do this?
Yeah.
And then we're both still learning.
Right.
What I
Right.
mean? We're both still learning, man. But it's
And
just, yeah, it's one of those things where like we just let it. The thing with me and Mike is that we just let things flow. We don't like we'll have an idea and we'll sit on it for like a month.
Right.
You know what I mean? We won't like push each other. We'll go off on our separate lives and then we'll think about things and then like we'll come back to it and we'll be like, oh, dude, I thought about this. Oh, that thought about this. What if this is problematic? Oh, this could be good about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then we implement it and then we like go back to the drawing board again. You know what I mean? So it's like a real stressless like way that we do business. Of course there's things that like need our immediate attention, right?
Yeah.
And those are things that I usually handle and stuff like that, or if it's like advertising, I like let him handle that. I let him go into his niche.
Yeah.
And like I say like my views or whatever, he might tell me, hey, you might want to just prep for 60 pies. I'm like, no, I want to prep for 100. What if we get, and then I might do that 100 that one time. And I'm like, okay, you were right. You know what I mean? But we help out each other like that, man. But really, that's how it started, man. Like, but if I hadn't done like all the work on myself prior to that, it would have never gone this far because I probably would have never allowed Mike in like that, man.
Right.
You know what I
right,
mean? Because
yeah.
it's just, like that's one of the things that I kind of want to like help alleviate from people is like I want to breed that confidence back in people.
I see.
Again, and I think that me and Mike do that with each other because it's supposed to be like that, man. I really truly believe that like we're supposed to be here to elevate each other, help each other grow, be successful. Because at the end of the day, everybody wins, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
if everybody's full, guess what happens? They pour out.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then they pour out abundantly, and they just like, and imagine that going to the next person, the next person, the next
Yeah.
person, the next person, instead of draining people. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, I can't, like I said, I can't fathom
Yeah.
how I used to think about all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
bro. Like, I have to protect mine or like my face or like, just who I thought I was, and dude, how delusional I was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you're in addiction and you're out there not doing anything that's purposeful, like you're in hardcore delusion.
Yeah. Yeah.
It trips me out sometimes when I look back at it like that. Like you were talking about the sitting across the table from that person,
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a trip, man.
It is, bro. I really like what you said about like people should be feeding off each other,
Yeah.
and like it's so true. Like everybody should be feeding from your overflow because you've been fed too, and like the way that I get fed is like what I read, what I see, what I consume, right, and like what I can do for others too. That fills me up, and then I have overflow that fills other people up, and so that's cool. So, how did you go about how do you go about starting the nonprofit? I have
Oh.
no idea.
Oh no, I mean I
about-
went to a lawyer and started it.
Okay,
Yeah, we
okay.
went to a lawyer, we drew up the paperwork, and then we put our names
Yeah.
on. I told him he could be president. I didn't want anything to do with being president. I
Who,
was like, I'll be
Mike?
the VP. The VP does more of the
Yeah.
work anyways, man. But anyways, no, like I wanted to be more on operational, hands-on, and chef things, and
Okay.
focus more on the business because I know what it takes to run a pizzeria. So essentially, like when I look at like setting up events and stuff like that, and we have a couple other guys on there as like board members and stuff like that. But like, yeah, you just like submit your paperwork, man, and then you become an entity, and then you start conducting business in a
Yeah.
way. You know what I mean?
And what are like the benefits of like a nonprofit?
I mean,
Like the money that you guys raise, how like what does that go to or what?
so all the money that we raise, right? We take really small account. Like a lot of this is mine and Mike's money,
Yeah.
right? But essentially, like what we try to do is that we try with events. We'll do some events where we do fundraisers for ourselves,
Okay.
and we'll focus on Dobros. And then
Yeah.
there's other events that we focus on, like all the other entities that we want, like this month right now. Currently, we're doing Texas flood rebuild projects.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? From the floods out there in Kerrville and Hunt and stuff. But then there's other things like we did an event for Sal. I did an event for Sober Phoenix. You know, like we show up, we set up shop, we show up, we sling pies for $15 a piece, and we donate those proceeds. So essentially, everything above, generally around what cost is, you know what I mean, would be what we donate
Okay.
and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, but like lately, we've been wanting to make an impact, so we've been taking like a hit financially for it, but we see it as like, hey, we want people to understand that we're in this because we want to make that impact. This isn't like I have a profit side of business that I can go do private, corporate, and all that stuff like that, but now I operate as Dobros as a completely different entity as fundraising and
Okay.
stuff like that, and
Yeah.
that's how that works.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's just it's pretty simplistic, man. Someone wants help. If another entity reached out to us and was like, hey, we need to generate this amount of money, or we were hoping that you can come out to this event that we're having and stuff like that and help generate funds, we're like, cool. Like,
Okay.
like Sober
Yeah.
Phoenix, like Sober Phoenix, I went out like I set up shop. They didn't have to pay anything out of pocket. We ended up donating close to $400. I think it was like 381.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It was
For that one.
for that one at Sal.
At Sal.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Are you going to October?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to old boy about details and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But he threw it out there, and I was like, yeah, I could probably do that in October. My dad's coming out in October, man. I haven't seen him in like 7 years.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a trip, man. My dad wanted like to have like, you talk about like where you used to be and where you are now.
Yeah.
Like
He hasn't seen you since.
he
you were
hasn't
sober.
seen me
Yeah.
since like Texas. Like I haven't really seen my parents like, because I was running the streets back in Texas like on and off for years. So like I would barely have a relationship with them, but now I'm like doing good and I got stuff going on and stuff like that. So like I'm grateful that I get to show my parents what I'm doing, you know, because they're not, you know, tomorrow's not promised for anyone. You know,
Yeah.
they're 75, man, but like, hey, that time goes by quick, man. I'm
Yeah.
40, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm tripping out because I'm already 40.
Yeah.
You know, in 10 more years I'm gonna be 50.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't have forever here, man.
Right.
So that's why it's imperative that I really focus on what I can do to impact this world, man, in a positive manner and move on, you know.
That's
but-
awesome.
But
You
yeah,
don't
no.
look. You or Mike don't look 40. You. I think you look less. 40.
I've been told I look
Yeah.
like 28, but I don't see it, bro. Really,
That's so funny.
really.
What? So like, what are you guys? So aside from like so you guys got the events going on. What else are you guys doing to like build this brand so it could be like recognizable?
So
I saw you guys posting.
well,
too
no,
on
well,
Instagram. You had the
like yeah. I mean, we're
podcast.
gonna do all the basics, man. You know, like
Yeah.
Instagram posting reels and Facebook and stuff like that. I sell shirts, you know,
Yeah.
and all that mess, man. But really, we're gonna be more focused on like when we do these events, like when we're speaking to people, like the word of mouth is gonna travel, and then we're gonna build a brand with that. But we're also building a brand through our podcast, Candid Crust,
Yeah.
because we have and the
The
thing that's
podcast
cool,
is dope too. Yeah.
when Mike makes these logos. We kind of had this idea too. It's like make them kind of look similar in the same kind of text. So if you look at that banner that I have on the side of my
Yeah.
thing, it has Candy Crust, it has Street Pies, and it has Dobros, and they all essentially look like kind of the same.
Yeah.
But we do that because I want you to think when you hear my podcast and you're watching my podcast, you're thinking about Street Pies, you're thinking about Dope
Yeah,
Bros.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're like, oh man, I wonder what event they have coming up and stuff like that. And we build and coincide with the synchronicity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%.
So that's how we're gonna build, man. And I like I leave that to Mike. Mike can touch on that a little bit more because he's more geared towards like the marketing side of things.
Right.
But me, I'm like, man, I want to feed people like great fucking pie.
Yeah.
And then just have them come back because they like we do events at the Ashnet where I live at the apartment complex where you were the other day.
Yeah.
And like we already have regulars, man. We already
Yeah, I
have people
saw.
coming down and like, dude, we've been waiting all month for this pie.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that feels good, man. But like at the same time, it's like, dude, that's cool. That's what we want. We want to build that community. We want to build people coming back and then being a part of whatever we're doing to help somebody. You know what I mean? And that's where like I really truly believe pizza brings people together, man. And you know what? God gave me the talent of making pizzas.
Yeah.
You know, and to be able to utilize that for a greater good, man, that's a double whammy, man. You know, so it's just kind of like, man, it's just like the dopest feeling, man. It's just making a pizza, man, and like watching people enjoy it, and then it's also serving a purpose. Like I'm knocking them all, you
Yeah.
know. So
The pizza's bomb too, bro.
I appreciate
It's
that,
bomb.
man. Yeah.
I'm
I'm told,
in
like,
the unis.
the unis, the
Yeah.
unis, man, the unis, and then the wood fire to finish it off,
Yeah,
man. Like,
that-
dude, like you just gotta have that flavor content, man, with it, man. And until we get like a bigger like wood fire oven, which is gonna be kind of hard because like those things are like heavy to tote around. You know what I mean? I think our oven's like
Yeah, that thing is huge.
400 pounds. 400 pounds
Yeah.
total. So like,
Damn.
and it's on good casters, but it's definitely a 2-man job. It can be a 1-man job, but it's kind of risky. But yeah, because I still want to be able to like, I would probably get another one of those, you know, and just get a slightly bigger trailer, but because I want to still be able to pop up in like
Yeah.
someone's backyard,
Yeah.
bro. Like just the ability of being able to set up like I did at the apartments.
That's clutch.
Like it's
Yeah.
cool
Yeah.
because then you're poolside and then you're like right in the middle of the event. You know, it just works out really good, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, we operate with the unis too because of just the service intervals. You know what I mean?
They're cool. They're cool looking too. What? So what do you do like on? So talk to me a little bit about your podcast. Like, what do you guys talk about on there?
So our podcast is geared towards how we as men are working on ourselves to be able to better show up in the community.
That's
So
dope,
what
yeah.
are we doing within ourselves? Like the first episode was on ego and working together. How are we letting go of ego and able to work with another person to do something for the greater good? You know, instead of sticking to yourself and be like, no, I don't want you in. You know,
I see.
having trust issues. Like I believe the second one was on discipline. How am I waking up every day and doing the same thing and going through those motions even when I don't want to?
Exactly.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? That's one of the hardest things. But like I said, like like don't get me wrong, like I have an abundance of energy when it comes to like my lifestyle because I'm just like I'm so driven.
Yeah.
But like I have my days, right? There's days where I'm just like, you know, I'm not feeling it as I did the other day.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
But I still get up and I know that I have a goal at the end of the day.
Right.
Right? And I need to accomplish that because if I fall back, then I'm getting behind. You know what I mean? But there's also times where I know and I understand that I need to have rest, and that's part of the success. Part of taking care of myself and stuff like that. I'm learning that more and more all
Yeah.
the time. You know what I mean? Until my body just tells me, okay, man, it's time to stop, bro.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, no, like that podcast.
That's cool. That's cool.
That podcast just like it's good because then too, like when you're doing these things, when you're podcasting, it holds you to a whole different type of accountability too,
Yeah.
because you're on social media and you can't just be acting the fool out there and then be coming
Yeah.
here and talking some shit. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So like it helps me too, because then I'm like, okay, I have to stay in line with what I've devoted my time to become. Right?
Exactly, exactly.
And that's good in itself. God
Yeah.
gave me that. Like I feel really truly feel that the podcast is a blessing, because
Yeah.
it's like a whole different level.
It really is, man. And like I used to think like maybe because I would feel a certain way about that. It's like, well, am I acting different just because like I know that, maybe my reputation might be ruined if I do something, but or am I like living this double life, right? But like honestly, it's just I feel like that's just like my flesh fighting with, you know what I mean? Like
Well,
like with my spirit, right?
right. I mean, look, I think that we're all human.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be like this straight and narrow thing
Exactly,
every
exactly.
second of the
Yeah.
day, bro. Like if someone pisses me off and I get frustrated with it,
Yeah.
I might like snap a little bit, but
Yeah.
like at the same time, like it's more reserved these days. Like I'm getting like here's the thing, bro. If I'm waking up every day and doing my best to be a better man than I was the day before, bro, that's all I can do.
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
all I can do, and that's all anybody can ask me to do, and
Yeah.
that's all I would ask anybody else to do. You
Right.
know what I mean? So anybody else that wants to say and nitpick on all the different things, especially online, bro, like I don't even want to listen to that. I have my comments off for that reason, just
Yeah.
because all that negativity, man. No, man. Like if you want to watch my podcast right now and you want to hear what we have to say, and then you want to wrap your mind around that, bro, and implement some things, cool. If not, then cool. But like look, I really truly believe that the more people that aren't really doing anything with their lives have the most to say about what someone that is doing something with their life is doing.
Right, yeah.
So why am I gonna listen to that?
That's true.
Right? And I
Yeah.
just need to tell myself that every day, bro. And that's where self accountability comes in, and that's where self confidence comes in. It's self worth and
Yeah.
everything. Everybody, I
It's so true.
truly believe everybody needs to have self worth, man. Like believe in yourself, bro.
Mm.
Because like I even told Mike and also like Chino on our podcast, man. Me and Chino talked on our podcast about setbacks, and this dude's like a phenomenal worker, bro. Like I work at the busiest pizzeria I've ever worked at,
Yeah.
down by ASU, right? And it gets busy. We're 24 hours too,
Where
man.
at? By the way?
It's on the corner of Rural and University.
Which one?
It's called Gus's.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Gus. Yeah, that's right. Gus's.
yeah. So we I help operate that thing with him, right? And it's been his only job, bro. He's been there since he was like 16 or 17 years old as a kid, man. And he's in his 30s now, so that's his only. It's been
Oh
his only
wow.
job, bro. Like
Yeah.
so to like that was definitely God shifting me into a store where I saw this dude that was capable of working like I do, and I was like, dude, bet like already, let's get it, And but it's just kind of like you can't you can't let other people dictate who you like. You gotta be able to believe in your own thing. Like I was like, if I walked into the store, Chino, and I said, and I looked at you, and I didn't think that you believed in this store, like you should believe in it, then how am I gonna believe in it?
Right.
Right. So first and foremost, I need to believe in what I'm doing. I need to believe in Dough Bros. I need to believe in Street Pies. I
Exactly.
need to believe in Daniel, and who Daniel's becoming and stuff like that, and not listen to all yeah, have people around me that are going to actually be able to have like hard conversations with me, because sometimes difficult conversations breed the best results.
Yeah.
But you want to choose those people wisely, right? Because I can sit there and have a very difficult conversation with Mike, but it's to get my mind frame right. It's to be like, hey man, I'm thinking like this, and I trust him enough. And of course, like whatever. But at the same time, it's like I have to be in belief of my vision before
Right.
anybody
Yeah.
else. Because how can I expect you to believe my vision if I don't?
Exactly.
If I falter from that. And a lot of the impacts that we choose to have from people and listening to all those other ideas and things from different sources that don't even really know. I believe God gave me the vision to see it through. No one else knows what that is, right? I do.
Exactly.
But for someone to look from the outside in and think they know where I'm heading or what I'm trying to really do, only I know that.
Yeah.
You know? So that's a big one with me, man. But yeah, definitely, bro. Like,
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome. And it is true, man. Like you like and that's why like yeah, you could just tell when people are convicted because they just have a different energy about them and they're slightly misunderstood, right? But they move like they you know where you're going and you move like that, you know? And so but only I feel like only people that are convicted are able to see that as well, right? Or only people that are purpose driven are able to see that as well. They're
it's
able to
purpose driven.
understand that.
It's purpose driven, man. Like I can speak with conviction all day long, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I absolutely feel to the core of me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's where does my purpose lie and where does my faith lie? Those are the bigger things for me to look at on a daily basis, every day. My actions will be the true conviction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, my walk will be my conviction. You know what I mean? Because then you can see what I'm doing, and you see that my words are matching my steps. You know what I mean? But the way that I do that is through my faith. I have faith. If I walk through something, bro, it's not because of if I lean on my own understanding, I'm in trouble. But if I walk through that situation with uttered faith, I'm gonna win every single time. Because I like to say these days, like, I'm tired of thinking in a way of like, why is this happening to me? And I say, why is this happening for me? You know, what am I supposed to learn from this? What am I supposed to take from this? Or what am I supposed to do differently?
Right.
And make those changes, you know? But it's totally faith,
Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
What's one principle you refuse to like compromise no matter what?
One principle?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of principles. I don't
within your guys' brand.
I don't want to be ingenuine.
I see. Yeah.
I don't want to be
That's good.
ingenuine, man. I don't like. I know that I'm human and I make mistakes, man. And you know, I'll definitely fall short sometimes, man.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't want to be ingenuine, man. I want to approach things in a manner that's respectful, and thoughtful, and like I said, makes that impact that breeds that elevation in people's lives. You know, but I don't want to come at it like my gain in this is that people want to do the same thing.
Like
That's
give back or
Yeah, give back,
yeah.
man. Because the way I feel when I give back, bro, there's nothing that trumps that, bro. There's nothing that is beyond that. You know what I mean? And I'm allowing God to work through me to help other people. He gives me the ability to make great food that I utilize to be able to help other people, and I want to be able to do that at the best way I know how. You know, and this is the best way I know how. And I want to come at that pure. You know, I don't want to ever fall short from that, even though I know that I may in someone's eyes do at times. But like I said, I can't think about that. I got to focus on what he's putting into my head.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
and lean on that understanding and not on someone else's, because people will pick apart things all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the time. People will try to make that, like, other people feel that this isn't 100%. Like people make mistakes, man. Like, that's how we learn, you know? Now, if I was just doing something over and over and over and over again, you know what I mean, and I was just like blatantly not like paying attention to how it affected other people and stuff like that, then that's one thing, right? I need to get my act together, right? But like, as in, like, when someone's doing, like, I was saying to Mike on one of the podcasts, I forget which one it was, but I said something across the lines like, why would I want, like, if you got better from what you once were, why would I want to drill you to be that person again?
Yeah.
Why would I not want to breathe that confidence over and over in you
Yeah.
and again to grow, continue to grow? But I'm going to be mad at how you were but I'm gonna want to put you down to get you back.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, yeah.
So to me, that person is insane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
Like, I'm on a better road. Like, leave me alone and let me go on that road, or don't say anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like,
Yeah, some people are absolutely like fascinating at like just bringing people down, you know, or like pulling them or like reminding them of what they were. You know what I'm saying? And I've come across that a whole bunch of times where like I would get a new job and like I wouldn't know anything about that particular job, and then as soon as like I started to learn all these different skills, people that taught me those things, taught me those skills, would constantly remind me of how I used to be when I didn't know those skills. You know, and it's like, why would you do that? You know? And like you could just tell in the way that they treat you and the way that they talk to you, you know, and it's like, I don't need that kind of energy, you know.
I mean, like, go sit over there, man.
Yeah.
I'm good, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm good. But that's the thing. It's like I'm typically a loner for that reason. Man.
Right, yeah.
Because you know, to find a tribe full of people that like really want to see you succeed, like, I'm in the wrong room if I'm around a bunch of people that don't want to succeed. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna stick around some people that are on my same wave too.
Yeah.
You know, like me and Mike are aligned in a lot of our spiritual progress and the way that we want to impact the earth, and then what we want to do for other people, and the way we want to conduct business. And those are the people that I surround myself with.
Yeah.
Chino, I surround myself with Chino. Like, me and him had a God talk for like 40 minutes this morning, like after a 15-hour shift, bro.
Wow.
You know, because we were down one person.
Yeah.
You know, but the way me and him work, it's like we drop our ego. It's like, okay, we're in service. How can we accommodate everybody that walks through that door? No matter if you're doing it or I'm doing it.
Yeah.
If I say, hey, phone's on hold, he's going to grab a phone. He's my boss. He doesn't care that he's my boss. We're in there you
Yeah.
know, and that's the way it should be. But it's not always like that, because
Right.
ego gets in the way of everything sometimes. Man, you know,
That's so true, man.
you
That's
know,
so true,
and you
yeah.
got like, I gotta be able to like subside that ego a lot every day, man. I gotta put it in check, because it does nothing. Like, to have ego, to have confidence is one thing, but to let that ego think that I'm better than any man, I'm in the wrong state
Yeah,
of mind, bro.
yeah.
Like, I'm not less than or better than any other man. I'm Daniel, and I just need to focus on Daniel.
Yeah, 100%, man. So like, what if a person has like a passion that they want to pursue but no resources? Like, what do you feel like is or what would you say is like the first step
With
to
no
to
resources,
accomplish? Yeah, or
Man, start
they feel like they have no
start
resources.
talking to people, man.
Yeah.
Start talking to people and network, and you never know who you can meet, man. And tell them, you know, be careful who you tell your vision to, man, because a lot of people will try to tear it down and make you believe that you can't succeed through it.
Yeah.
Right? But also, I believe God lets us meet the right people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if we're closed off, like I said, man, if I hadn't done all that work on myself, I would have been closed off to Mike.
Yeah.
And then me and Mike would have never started this thing. And look how beautiful this thing has gotten. I like really deny myself and other people the Dobros.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying that with like oh, we're like big and bad. I'm saying that with like gratitude, like if I hadn't done what I needed to do for myself, then I wouldn't have done any of this. But like, yeah, don't let, man, an idea is an idea, bro. That's where it starts. Knowledge is key.
Yeah.
Knowledge is key. Learn as much as you can learn. If you want to get something, you need to figure out what you need to learn. You need to figure out how you need to approach it. You need to figure out who you need to talk to.
Yeah.
Those are all things that you can do for free.
Yeah.
All those
Yeah.
things. You don't need no money.
Yeah.
You just need to start learning, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and you just need to dive into that. And then once you start doing those things, then you start seeing that you're surrounding yourself with like-minded people, and then those
Yeah.
like-minded people end up being connected to other people that can connect you to
Yeah.
all this, and it's a whole network.
Yeah.
But you can't stay up here too long, man. If you have an idea, man, you got to get to work, bro. You got to put in the work. A lot of people don't want to put in the work every day.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to work 80 hours a week at work and then go do 20 hours of driving and then 14 hours for an event. Those are my weeks sometimes. But to build something, you got to be ready for it. You got to be devoted. You got to be determined. You got to be disciplined. You got to be structured. You got to be willing to sacrifice. That's a big thing. I have to sacrifice what I want now for what I know I want later.
Yo, 100%.
That's a huge one. And a lot of people don't want to do that because
Yeah.
we're so built on instant gratification. And I think it's fucking up the world, bro.
Yeah.
Instant gratification is just like, you know, you convenience store, you go down and get a candy bar. It's that easy, you know. It's that easy to go get food. It's that, you know, but, you know, I personally truly do believe that good things come to those who wait, and also that take time to build. Because if you really think about it, man, like especially with step work too, man, like you're building a foundation. And if I didn't build that solid foundation first,
Yeah.
anything I put on top of it crumbled. I was in treatment since I was 19, bro. I'm 40. And I just, like, February will be 5 years, you know. I don't want to speak too soon because I'm living in today. But like, I would have never thought, because I wanted to do it Daniel's way. I wanted to do it Daniel's way, man. I thought I knew better. I thought, why couldn't I just think myself sober? You know, what makes me any different? Like, you know what I mean? But like, I had to let go of all that, man. And then, but like, I started hanging around people that had what I wanted.
Yeah.
And that's what you do in business too, man. You hang around people. You want to start looking like that guy that works out, you know, 5 days a week? Go hang out with that guy.
Right.
Go work out, dude. But you got to be willing to do what he does.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, oh yeah, I want this, and you know.
Yeah.
Nah, man. You gotta go into it, man. At least if you like, say you fail in what you thought you wanted. You didn't fail. You just learned that you didn't want to do that, and then
Exactly.
you learn to do something different, bro. Like, I think people, like, they capitalize on failure too much, like in a negative sense. Like, they're like, oh, dude, I'm not gonna be good at anything. It's like, dude, that just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was meant for something different, probably something better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, God's plan's amazing, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's how you really uncover your purpose, right? Like you get close to God, you try as many things as you possibly can, and you fail a lot, right? Or fail, I guess.
But when you learn something from that failure, do you really fail?
Exactly.
Like, that's the thing.
Yep, exactly. Dude, I love what you said too, cause bro, I used to be a big introvert. Yeah, so like when you said talk to people, like it hit me because it's like, as soon as I started like just getting out of myself, getting out of my head, right? Like starting to talk to people, or like initiating conversations instead of like waiting things to come to me, right? Which they never were coming to me, right? Because for whatever reason. But as soon as I started initiating, as soon as I started getting out of myself, and as soon as I started having conversations with people, like everything just like, dude, like the doors just began to open that I didn't even imagine would open, right? Like, dude, like this, like all of this relationship started with a conversation, right? Like I was just chopping it up with Mike about like nothing at first, you know, and I didn't even realize it was his thing, his and yours thing, and so like that's what started everything, you know. But it's like I can't stay in that comfort zone, right? Like, and I stayed in that comfort zone for so long, bro, and I always wonder why I didn't get the things that I wanted to achieve, and it's because I was comfortable for a very long time, and I wasn't willing to get uncomfortable, and start growing, you know?
Dude, you're gonna be uncomfortable. You're gonna be misunderstood. People are
Yeah.
gonna look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
People think that when I work 80 hours a week, I'm crazy, because my position and what I have at my disposal is time.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I have to put in the labor. That's my position. Like, I don't have an inheritance, or I don't have all this money in the bank, or I didn't hit big on the stocks. Like, my position is my time.
Yeah.
So guess what? Daniel's gonna work double 40 hours a week to make this happen. And if it takes me 2 years to get everything up and running, which it did, that's what's gonna have to happen.
Yeah.
But now look at where I'm at. I didn't quit on day 15. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, I didn't get the result I thought I should have had. How do you know what result's gonna happen? Dude, I could put in 5 years of time and the result's not gonna be there.
Yeah.
But I saw a quote online the other day, like the guy was like, you can hustle 4 years of your life towards your goal and never get anywhere with it, but year 15 could be your year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just don't know.
Yep.
People hear your name, they're like, oh, dude, this dude's doing this over here. One day, I always tell Mike almost every time we talk, I'm like, we gotta be ready when it happens, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna happen one day, bro. Like, we're not doing something bad. I have great product. Like, we're told that constantly. One day, too many people are gonna hear about it, and we're gonna get rushed.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? But that's gonna be the day that's gonna set us up to be better.
Yeah. Yeah.
To take that in, and really embrace that. And I think people like the best thing that I could do, and it's essentially that's why I want to make 100, prepare for 100 pizzas sometimes. It's because I want to be ready.
Yeah.
I want to be ready for it, bro.
Exactly.
And to be prepared and know the knowledge and gain the education and the ideas around what you want in life, then to be prepared is the best thing that you can do for yourself. And if it happens, you're ready as much as you can, right? In all respects of I don't run the show, so if something happens, dude, I gotta take that as it comes.
Right.
But it's just like to be prepared and to know what I could potentially be up against. That's what it is. But that's also listening to people that I surround myself with the knowledge that are where I want to be too. Like, a lot of that's also understanding the frustrations. Like, everybody wants to have something, bro, but they don't want all the other stuff that comes with it, bro.
Right. Exactly.
Sometimes you gotta humble yourself, man, and just know that's what comes with it. Restaurants are stressful. It comes with stress. Knowing how to deal with that stress and not letting it pour out of you in a negative way onto the next person is a skill. You gotta be able to do that, man. But yeah, man, just definitely you can't just not. I would always encourage someone to just step out of their comfort zone and just go for it, man.
100%. Damn. Well, thanks so much for doing this with me, man. I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to anything else that we might be able to work on in the future. And yeah, do you want to let everybody know where they can find Dobros?
Oh, you can go to Instagram, man. Dobros Foundation. Street Pies will be up and at it in private and corporate sectors. You can meet us on YouTube on Candid Crust.
Candid.
Pine Ninja Blue.
Nice.
YouTube channel. But yeah, man.
Awesome.
Just hit us up one day at an event, dude.
Yep. Awesome, bro. Well, thanks so much, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, of course, bro. Of course.